Welcome everybody to a cast game of Age of Empires 4. Today we'll be taking a look between a matchup that we've got here. Between a very interesting matchup, I must say. We're looking at the Byzantines being played by the worst player of all time. I'm not quite sure who this player is exactly. AoE4 World says that he's from Germany, and he's got a pretty good win rate against some of the top players, top streamers actually. He's gotten like really good win rates against players like Lucifron, the Muslim, and 3DB as well. I thought this might be Certain, but this guy also played versus Certain, so not quite sure who it is. From the playstyle, I think it might be one of the Canadian bros, might just be using a VPN here. So it looks like he's from Germany. But anyways, on the other hand side, we've got Lucifron in the color yellow, playing as the Mongols. We're here on Hidden Valley, one of the maps in the Age of Empires 4 ranked map pool at the moment. And look at this opening here that we got right now, coming out from the worst player of all time, from our teal player here. He went for the deer very early on, got a mill out, got a cistern out, put the cistern not on Dialectus, but anyways, he still researched survival techniques, so is going to be getting some very good food income here. You can see how quickly these villagers are gathering the food here from the deer. Much quicker than if you would be gathering from sheep or maybe even the berries. On the opposite side though, it wouldn't be a Mongol game without a Dark Age Tower Rush, would it? So we do see Lucifron going for the barracks here very early on. And actually, let's take a quick look and see what our players have scouted here so far. So, worst player of all time. Went around the left side, got a couple of sheep, only 2 sheep here for him. Now, good for him, he's not too reliant on sheep, as he did go onto deer very early on. Getting the barracks out, I mean, not a big surprise. Like, usually when you look at the Mongol base, you can tell if they went onto wood that it is very likely going to be a barracks opening. So, barracks coming out from our Byzantine player here. Very sensible way here to defend himself. Limitne, they are, I want to say, dangerous in the early situations to mass, because they cost a lot of food. They cost a lot of food. They cost 80 food each. Normal spearmen only cost 60 food, a little bit more wood, but only 60 food. So, especially in these early kind of stages of the game, where food is so important, I feel like Limitne can be very heavy on your economy. Like, they weigh heavy on your economy. Sure, they got more health. They're pretty good. They're definitely gonna beat normal spearmen in a 1-on-1. But in the early game, when your food resources are definitely finite, it really feels tough like massing a lot of them. On the opposite side though, we got Lucifron. Not opting to send the villager out. He did think about it, but is gonna be pulling him back now over onto wood. He's got 3 spearmen over here, 2 more coming in on this side. Khan arrow, revealing a lot about the base from the worst player of all time. And I mean, right now, he's gotta be feeling not so bad here, right? Like, he's getting the second cistern up, he's gonna be able to connect them. Not immediately, I think he needs like 2 more buildings in order to get enough stone for it. But he is also on his way to the next age. Lucifron also moving out right now. How many villagers is that actually? Let's take a look at that. That's 4 villagers, so 3 drop-offs over here, then he will be able to go up to the next age. Gur is moving over. Might not be in time immediately, though. Yeah, he is actually unpacking it over there. So the villagers don't have to move all the way back to the TC. That's a pretty smart move. That's a pretty smart move. And now, packing it up again. That's gonna unpack over there. Spearman. Just trotting along, but this should be visible to the Byzantine players. Indeed, he did see the Spearman over there. Limitne. More Limitne out right now than Spearman from Lucifron, and is going to sacrifice a single spearman in order to let the other ones get away. There are more spearmen coming out somewhere. Yeah, there are 2 more right now in the base of Lucifron. Oh, Lucifron has to be careful here. He doesn't have enough food resource here. First villager is going to go idle now. More villagers idling out. Silver Tree is going to be coming in, so we do get the Mongol trade coming in soon. Khan, still looking for a couple more of the sheep out on the map. We can actually check if there are any more sheep out on the map right now. Looks like pretty much all of them. There are 2 more over here, but on that, all the sheep have been found out on the map, so that's pretty much going to be it for the Mongol player when it comes to food. So he still has the berries right next to his TC. Deer are a little bit further apart, but single outpost there should definitely be able to protect that. actually getting an outpost up now next to the Uvu because the Byzantine player is actually pushing out right now. We are looking at 6 Limit versus 6 Spearmen. Both players are going up to next stage right now. Grand Winery coming out from our Byzantine player here, so he's going to be looking probably for a mercenary play. Also has enough stone now in order to connect that cistern. Not going for that right now. Sometimes, like, he already started building it, didn't have enough stone in the beginning. And then you, like, get to the stage where you might forget about that for a little bit. But he'll probably get to that very, very soon. Outpost has been built up. Limit are inching forward, but Lucifron sending the Spearmen over to that outpost. Means that the Limit know there is no way that they're going to be able to harass that Uvu at all for now. Still, very, very good numbers here for Byzantine players. He's going up to the 10th Limit now, and on H-up, he'll be able to get the Hardened upgrade on them. After that, he's going to need a range type unit though, so probably could be going either for Javelin Throwers or Longbowmen. Personally, I'm more of a fan of just making normal archers and going for Keshiks, because I think Keshiks, or rather the Keshik wing for the mercenaries, just provides you with the most value. But Mercenary House is going to be going up here now. In this little enclosure here from the Byzantine base. It's going to be in range of that cistern. Still hasn't connected this one yet, though. We're going to check back on that one in just a little bit. Archer range, in the meantime, though, has gone up for Lucifron, and look at that. Double production on these archers means that Lucifron is going to have a lot of archers here very, very quickly out on the field. Limit have been upgraded, and Lucifron, he's been sending his units all the way across the other side of the map. He's going to have to be careful here. Does have the archers in position, though. Limit will have to be careful, but now the Spearmen are going to be finding some value here on the woodline. Might actually get a villager kill. Villager does pull back in time, though. Villager's over on the gold mine. Is Lucifron gonna hit that gold mine? The gold mine has been hit, so now he can't delete it anymore. If he deletes it, he is gonna be giving those 50 resources over to the Mongol player for free. There we go. Cistern is now also getting connected up. So now we're getting that 10% increased efficiency on the villagers. Villagers actually getting pulled right now in order to repair the mining camp. 3 villagers on there. And 2 Limit. It's all that it takes here for Lucifron to retreat right now. But the reinforcements coming in again. That's a lot of Limit out on the field. Lucifron, though, look at that. 8 archers out already, and that's just the Mongol double production here. The amount of value that you get early on with that Uvu when it comes to military production, it is quite high, especially when it comes to like these low-cost units like the archer. It's only 80 stone, which you get quite rapidly. Look at that. It's going up really quickly. So 80 stone doesn't take a long time to get, and then you can immediately double produce these archers. So you save up a lot of resource there in the early game. Oh, Khan. Khan has to be careful. Khan actually going down here. And now Limit on the right-hand side of the map, and we can see that our Byzantine player here, he's going for the Longbowmen and the normal archers on top of that. So going for a very ranged heavy composition now. Makes a lot of sense. Like the Mongol civilization is very strong when it comes to rapidly producing out these archers, but you have to be careful. You have to be so careful when you go for like these mass archer compositions, because the Mongols, they now get the Keshiks in the feudal age already, so they got like a heavily armored unit in the feudal age, and the Keshiks, while they don't have the same amount of health as a normal knight, they do have very high base damage, and they do have the same amount of armor, so archers don't really do a ton of damage to them. Some walls now also coming out for a Byzantine player. Lots of archers over here. Lucifron gonna be able to really ramp up the trade now. Already 5 traders out on the field, and we can see here the tiers. This has been nerfed a couple of times, so at the moment, it takes 15 traders in order to fully unlock the entire Silk Road benefit that you get as the Mongols. The fact that this exists at all is kind of crazy, because you're getting 30% more trade, or rather 30% more resource from your traders once you have 15 traders. So it doesn't come in immediately, but you don't have to research anything for that. And getting to 15 traders, it doesn't really take that much time. Especially if you just plonk down a couple more markets. It happens really quickly. But look at this army right now that we got here from the Byzantine player. It feels kind of weird to me that Lucifron didn't go for more pressure early on in this kind of game. Especially against a civilization like the Byzantines, who tend to kind of crumble under that early feudal age pressure. And we're getting our first couple of olive groves here now already, and this at a point of time when, if we take a look at Byzantine players' base here right now, and is at the economy, not at the economy, at the carcasses that we got here, there's still 6 sheep carcasses and 1 herdable sheep here, right under the TC. There's still a ton of food to be gathered. Look at that. 250 almost, 250, 125, 200, pretty much 200. There's still like more than 1,000 food right here under his TC, and he's choosing to go for these olive groves really, really early. So definitely looks like he just wants to get as many mercenaries out on the field as possible. Second batch of longbowmen is now in production as well. And when we look at the military count, we got 28 to 38. Now, we can't really take army value at face value because the longbowmen actually don't count towards the army value. But this right now is a very, very sizable lead for our Byzantine player, and he's just going to be able to burn the outpost down here. Archers are pushing forward. Woodline might have to evacuate here for Lucifron. He's going to have to be careful, and the archers are pushing in. Villagers. First villager going down. Still no reaction. Second villager getting picked off. 3 villagers, but now Byzantine player is going to have to pull back as Lucifron's reinforcements are now coming in. Get a couple of Keshiks as well. Something interesting to note, when you put the limit on the shield wall ability, they attack once every 2.6 seconds. The attack speed absolutely plummets. And in those situations, Keshiks and Spearmen absolutely destroy them. It's kind of weird because usually you want your archers to pick off the spearmen, but you can't really do that with the spearmen. Instead, you should actually have your front line clash against them. That way, they're going to be able to absolutely obliterate them. Once again, it takes 2.6 seconds for them to attack. Like, they attack super, super slowly here. There's so much time in between the attacks, and that means that the front line here from Lucifron is going to be able to really, really deal effectively with those spears. And yeah, it's a little bit of like the kind of Malian, I want to like call it Malian syndrome, where all the units are so unique that the usual kind of matchups, or rather the usual kind of micro that you might want to go for in many situations where you want to have that unit focus that unit and that unit focus the other unit, it doesn't really work that well. You actually want to have your archers not focus the spearmen, but the enemy archers, and you want to have your front line just clash into front line of the Byzantine player. Now, looks like the army from the Byzantine player has been mostly cleaned up. Still has a good amount of archers here and longbowmen. Doesn't look like this is enough right now for Lucifron to completely clean this up. And actually, Keshik teetering off towards the Limitne here is going to have to fall back. He's taking a lot of damage here from this archers on retreat as well. Has to be really careful. Going for another stables now. Double stables, multiple archer ranges, and more Keshiks are going to be in queue here now. Yeah, it's been a lot of damage right now that's been caused here onto Lucifron's economy. 3 eco units have gone down, not sure. Yeah, I think all of those has been villagers. I don't think a single trader has gone down yet. And let's take a look at behind all of that. In the base of the Byzantine player, 12 olive groves. He's looking at 158 olive oil per minute right now. And this is just from these olive groves. So it means he's actually able to somewhat steadily, like every 3.5 minutes-ish, he's going to be able to pump out 5 of these longbowmen. He's now moving out with 6 villagers onto the berries out there. That's going to give him a lot more olive oil as well. On the front side, another clash is about to happen here. Limitne on the front line. Shield wall has been activated. Attack speed really, really slow. They really don't do a ton of damage to the Keshiks while they have that activated. And with that, the Keshiks, they're just moving onto the archers here now. Onto a longbowman. And Lucifron is going to be able to repel the Byzantines here for now. No shield wall there. I've actually read the wrong attack speed. I read the torch attack speed. It's a wall of text here right now. It's every 2.35 seconds, not every 2.6 seconds. Still, compared to the usual like 1.8 second attack speed, it is a lot slower. He's front. He's just running around right now, just soaking up the archer fire. Once again, like the Limitne, they take so long to take down for your archers. Teal player falling back for now. Lucifron still in an overall really strong position, and this is where the Mongols they seem really strong in this position. Because not only are they usually the civilization that is able to get a lot of map control early on in the game, they're also the civilization that you actually have to push into because they got trade going. We're now at 16 traders, which means that we are getting that 30% increase gathering from these traders. And I actually wish that Lucifron put the market over here. It actually makes a big difference. I think if you put the market down there, these traders would probably return more like 85, maybe 87 gold. It actually does make a pretty big difference here. Still army numbers, relatively even here. Army value, not so much, let's not forget. Longbowmen don't really count into that, but even with the Longbowmen, Lucifron right now, he's on 11 Kashyyyks. That is a very large number, but look at that. The Byzantine player actually going up to the next age now behind all of that. Golden Horn Tower, and this could be the equalizer. The Golden Horn Tower produces mercenaries at pretty much twice the rate, 24/7, than a normal mercenary house. And you're able to boost that up with the cistern by 100%. If you put that over to Conscriptio, and with that, it pretty much it's equivalent to roughly 11 villagers, 11 or 12 villagers, in terms of just the raw value of units that are going to be produced from it for free. That could be a big equalizer here, considering how far behind the Byzantine player is right now in the economy. Where he's not behind, though, is in the food income. Over 1,000 food per minute right now for the Byzantine player. And he's just going to be straight up pumping those Limit out. Just getting a lot of them out on the field. We can see a lot of olive groves so far have been placed around here. 270 olive oil per minute. That means every 2 minutes, there's going to be 5 Longbowmen coming out. Oh, Limit. Not Limit, the Kashyyyks actually finding an outpost here. Limit are going to be moving over there, though. Attack move has been issued over here. Villagers trying to evacuate. Oh, pathing. One definitely going down. 4 villagers making a run for it. They're moving quite fast. They do have the wheelbarrow upgrade, but Limit just in time in order to repel the Kashyyyks here. Archermask is moving forward, and Cruelty coming up behind all of that for Lucifron. That's going to be buffing up his archers quite strongly. The attack damage boost that you get on these range units is super important early on when you go to the next age, because usually if you go to the next age, like after your opponent does as the Mongols, you're not going to be in time to like have all the upgrades for your archers to fight against armored units, but having that extra damage boost on your archers means that they are actually able to penetrate the armored units from your opponent very nicely, even without the upgrades. But speaking of upgrades, a lot of them are now going to be coming in for Lucifron. We're seeing veterancy on both the Kashyyyks and the archers, as well as the Step Lancer upgrade here coming in. So that's going to be increasing the attack speed of the Kashyyyks even further. Let's not forget, they actually attack faster than normal knight. They got 1.38 seconds between their attacks. A normal knight has 1.5 seconds between attacks. So not only do they attack faster, this is going to get boosted up even further. Armor upgrade also coming in. The Cruelty is just moving forward now. Military now also following. The reinforcement Kashyyyks are also coming in. Behind this, veterancy has come in on Limit, and look at that. First relic going over to the Grand Vinery. First couple of women have also come out, and the veterancy is coming in on those as well. Damage upgrade also being researched right now. Cruelty is moving in. Veterancy on the archers is also coming in. Lots of upgrades right now. About to be coming in. Lucifron also going for the balanced projectiles upgrade, so his archers are going to be doing a lot of damage here very soon. Behind that, he's also got the armor upgrade. So he does have a slight lead right now when it comes to the technologies. Army value also way ahead, but this is so many Limit right now. This is going to be really dangerous here now to take a fight. Siege Workshop is also coming out, and this is going to be boosted by Conscriptio. Siege units are going to be coming out very quickly here. Doesn't quite have the wood yet, but a fight, or rather than a fight, a little bit of prodding here now. Lucifron is just sending a couple of these Kashyyyks in. Doesn't find too much value, as there are already a lot of crossbowmen out. 11 crossbowmen on the field, and yeah, with the cistern level at 4, it's just so much quicker to produce these units. 80% faster production time. Now Lucifron He's going forward. Archers trying to do some damage now onto the Limit. They are now able to one-shot them with every single volley, even with the shield wall enabled. And at this point, the men-at-arms, they're doing a very, very good job here now against the Limit, but there's a lot of crossbowmen in there as well. I'm not sure if Lucifer is able to melt the front line quick enough. I think the archers, they definitely need to focus the crossbowmen here, but most of Limit have been taken down, but the destruction value is just not looking too good. And now the Mangonel's coming in. Lucifer, I don't think he's going to be able to push here. That one Mangonel might just be able to deter him enough. Some good splits here, but the Mangonel still gets some good connections off. Has a feeling is coming in though from the Cruel Tribe. More reinforcements also coming in behind all of that. Archers overstaying, I feel like, a little bit here right now. There's a ton of longbowmen and archers out from the Byzantine player. Mangonel not getting the best connections. Lucifer making doing a really good job here, just dodging these projectiles for the most part. Another Mangonel shot. Another great dodge here from Lucifer. But still, at the end, he's just losing military here. And now he is going to be pulling back. Korutai is going to be packing up. I'm surprised they didn't just go for the emplacement of the outpost. Guess he didn't have the stone for it. Yeah, needs a little bit more stone. He was just lacking 40 for it. That is definitely going to allow him to hold this position on his front side. These Mangonel emplacements just really, really strong. All farms around the Grand Binary going up, and yeah, Teal just has a really, really solid food income right now. Lucifer actually has the exact opposite of good food income. He's now placed a lot of pastures around his town center. Villagers right now chopping through that wood line. Yeah, it looks like most of his food sources just kind of ran out by now. He's mostly just relying on trade. Has he been buying food? He is. He is actively buying food right now. This is a very, very dangerous transition period now for Lucifer. I think he was a little bit too focused on that fight there. Meanwhile, Teal, with that early farm transition, just buying himself that continuous food income throughout this entire time. He's looking to be in a really, really good spot right now. He's only got this one relic for now. Definitely could have started picking up more of those relics. In fact, actually, let's check. Okay, he did just send his monks out on the map. He's trying to get this relic. He's trying to get... Oh, that's an unfortunate shift click. He's going to be walking right through that sacred site. Where's he going? There's no relic here. Does he not have the scouted? He should definitely have the scout at this point in time. Oh, he doesn't. Actually, he doesn't have this half of the map scout at all. He doesn't see these two relics. That's gonna hurt him a lot now. He's instead trying to take the sacred site. Lucifer not sending anything over there for now. He is instead making his own siege. But yeah, you can definitely see just how badly the food situation was there for Lucifer. He just wasn't able to produce continuously here for a long time. And while the income is insane, like there's an insane income difference right now. We look at this, it's like 4,000 resource over here compared to 2,500 resource over there. For the Teal player, overall, Lucifer is completely fine. Look at the olive oil right now. So much olive oil coming in for the Teal player. He's able to produce a lot of mercenaries behind this, and I say a lot. Look at that, 45 veteran longbowmen out on the field right now. This feels like an English game at this point in time. That is so many longbowmen. One Mangonel, one Springled behind all of that. So Lucifer definitely has a better siege. Cruel Time moving up ahead a little bit preemptively here. Oh, it's gonna get found out. It is gonna get found out. It's taking a lot of damage. Actually burning the Cruel Tie. It's getting taken down. The longbowmen are taking it down. No armor. While it's unpacked, while it's packed up, it doesn't have any armor, and the Cruel Tie is going down. Lucifer sending 14 villagers now in order to repair that. Couple of Limit moved on to the siege there. This is gonna be so dangerous. Lucifer needs to get on top of his own siege. He needs to make sure this is not going down. They're just trying to repair this now as soon as possible. Cruel Tide just adding so much value to your military. You really can't fight without it if you have it. The single monk is just scouting. He's on a scouting mission for now. Meanwhile, on the front side, though, so many longbows. We're up to 55 longbows now, 25 minutes into the game. And sure, we don't see it in the army value, but that's because 55 times 80 value is just not being shown here right now in the army value. The Byzantine player really, really far ahead right now, and all of that on a single town center. A single town center with the Golden Horn Tower here right now. Now, there's the front. I feel like he just idled out a little bit too much in the feudal age. Like usually you see these the Mongol player to just be much more aggressive, especially against a civilization like the Byzantines. You really have to just push against them 24/7. You can't just allow them to have that peaceful early game. Sure, he made Lomytne early on in the game, but I feel like even then, if you just produce more, the Lomytne don't do as well when it comes to the cost because you pay a premium for them. You pay 90 resource compared to 80 resource. Most of that is food, but now fight is going to be happening here. Siege clashing against Siege. There are 2 Springles out from Teal. 3 Mangonels from Lucifron, 3 Springles from Lucifron, but the Springles are moving up ahead a little bit too far. Some great splits coming out, though, from the Teal player. Mangonel going down. Only 1 Springle now remaining for Lucifron. Get some good shots here and there. Archers now also picking off a lot of these units, but now the Springles starting to take down the Mangonels. Lucifron's Mangonels will have to retreat here, but the army from Teal is not retreating. It's fighting, and these are some amazing splits here right now. All the military in a straight line means that the Mangonels are not getting as much value, and now they're pushing forward, taking 1 shot, but that's all that they're going to get, because now there's even more Springles coming in for Teal. Wait, behind that Lucifron, he went up to Imperial Age. The White Stupa has gone up, but that is a terrible timing here for him now. He doesn't have the military to hold this. He's just gonna have to fall back. He's getting upgrades in right now, but the food income, less than 1,000 per minute. The Teal player, the Byzantines, he's also able to go up to the next age, but he has so much better food income right now. And with that, the Palatine school is actually going up. Lucifron in a very, very dangerous position right now. Villagers here on the side, in the... oh no. Next to the cliff. Getting sniped out now by the villagers, by the longbowmen. Villagers have to move over to the other side. He needs to move the Guru closer to this side. And all of that, the trade. It's been a lifeline for Lucifron having that superior economy, but now the Byzantine player might just push into that attack move though. Suddenly start to attack the Kurultai. Kurultai packing up, moving up. Now he's moving on to a trade. This is definitely the best play for him. He just needs to move onto a trade, and he's going to kill so much of Lucifron's economy. He's still not moving onto it. I don't understand why he's not moving onto it. That is his entire economy. Now he finally starts moving over there. He must know that Lucifron has been trading this entire time, and now the longbowmen finally start moving in this direction. And with the trade denial, this is going to become so difficult for Lucifron to come back from. He's making 1 push here. He's got the elite upgrades on the archers, on the Keshiks, not on the men-at-arms yet, but does have double Springles with the bonus range, 12 range on them. Mangonels as well. Looks like the Byzantine player did move away from the trade, so trade is going to continue as usual. Elite upgrade on the longbowmen. Also come in behind all of that, and with the Palatine school, where is it? Where can we see that Palatine school? There it is. A lot of units are going to be coming out for free here. Oh, he's almost pop-capped as well. But fight happening now in the front line. Mangonel shots coming in. Springles protecting those Mangonels. Lucifron does have the bonus range. Needs to be careful, though. He lost both the Springles with the bonus range. Bonus range also came in for the Byzantine player. It's due to the upgrade. It's due to the cistern. The water level. Getting upgrades 250% faster. The research rate just too good here with the Byzantines, with the cistern level. Getting the roller shutter triggers so incredibly quickly. Springled, immediately getting sniped down. Lucifron, 37 military to 100. And Lomytne numbers that are coming out here. It's just going to be too much. More longbowmen firing onto the villagers in the middle, trying to gather wood. Lucifron, he just doesn't have the food income. It's only 6 pastures here. It's not enough for the Mongols in the late game. Lucifron not able to produce enough units, and it looks like the Byzantines actually are looking to be the winners here in this game. Springle getting focused out, gets 1 shot off. These Springles are all very low HP. sure every now and then we see some random traders running towards the left side of the map. Incendiaries has now come in. More Keshiks coming out, but it is so difficult to bring out these Keshiks when you don't have the food. Look at that, 250 gold for 100 food. These aren't the trades that you're looking for at this stage of the game. Lucifron without enough food income here. And this feels like a good game. I don't think that Lucifron is winning this now. We're getting to the point where the Byzantines are catching up to the overall economy count here. Considering that Lucifron has been trading the entire game, that is just not good enough. And now the elite Limit are just able to continuously clash in with the shield wall. It is so difficult for these archers to take them down. With that, GG gets called. The Byzantines victorious against the Mongol. One of probably their worst matchup, I feel like. But played to absolute perfection here. Going for the mass longbomb and for the mass olive oil play. Fellas, if you enjoyed games like this, do feel free to leave us up here. Maybe even check out my Twitch, check out my Twitter. Twitter to receive no updates whatsoever. Check them out. There are more videos over on my YouTube, and I also stream regularly over on Twitch, so do check that out. With all of that said, hope you guys enjoyed the cast. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good one.